starts when this cat says we can start. Oh shit. Don't mind me, I'm just spilling tea. I think we're good enough. Oh, that's not even the right screen in the background. I'm doing a good job here. There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Alright, let's pause the music here. Our awesome jazz music. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. We're not gonna go super long today because I have a sick person in the room, so I don't want to go too long, but I did want to get a little something in. So we're just gonna do one chapter. Ah, hey! We're gonna do one chapter, and there's a cat here. Because without fail, he's like, oh, you're starting stream? I'm gonna come over, and you're gonna pet me. And I'm like, well then. So yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry about the delay. I was sick last week, which means I can't do anything, but... And we can't go super long today, but at least it's something. I didn't want to leave y'all with nothing, so we'll progress a little bit, and then maybe next week we'll finally get to finish. We'll see. We'll see. We're in the middle, apparently, part 2, so we'll see how long this takes. Yep, that's all I got. Let's just go into it. I don't quite well, okay. I kind of remember what happened. Not that it's gonna make any sense, because we're confused. We're like, what the fuck's going on here? So, you know, we'll figure it out. There's a murder on both sides of this embassy. And, we've proved that both Kay and Larry probably didn't do it, so... Who done it? What's up with this cat? Okay. March 14th, 9:21 p.m. Damn, we're here late. Open air stage. I've left the Damas 2 investigation of Francisca and returned to Babal. Oh, hold on. I gotta just gain volume a little bit. There we go. I had it way up from when we're doing watch party. Suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? What are you doing? There's a cat looking at you. Just making sure you're okay. Are you okay over there? Oh, I've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Alabastion Embassy, is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with the investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. All the crap that we don't need anymore. Great. They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask. A pink princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? Don't even ask, Gumshoe. The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday. Oh yeah, that's right. Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Perfect. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. Because he knows it was written by Larry, he doesn't want it anymore. Yes? Are you looking at me? Can I help you? He's like, why did you stop petting me? I didn't give you permission. Okay. Okay, cat. What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up in a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed, remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay, well. Oh, right, that's what that was. Okay. Who's my partner right now? Okay. Yes? No, I don't need to talk to you about that. Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. Okay, cat. So, what did you find out? Well... Take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. So nothing? Okay. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polano. Oh, and what is this something interesting? This, sir. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? Can I help you, child? He's like, you can help me by stop playing video games and pet me. Okay, cat. Oh, you can't see it very well because the cat cam's in the way. What if I put it over here? There we go. That works better, right? Now you can see this nice green lamp. So apparently if you burn the special wood crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir. That's good to know. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. Suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images. Oh. Excuse me. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir.
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Ah, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner.
I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant.
I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Silhouette lantern data jotted down in my organizer. Alright, well, that's a thing. I have a feeling the fact that it burns green is gonna come in handy. Just a thought. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated.
You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Greatest Great Thief Show.
I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for the renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter.
Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there.
Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that.
Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that, sir. He's very upset. A ladder.
Actually, that's a stepladder.
They're the exact same thing.
No way, from their structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. Stepladder is much too heavy to carry around after all.
And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty. Being dangerous during an earthquake. Fair? What are we looking at? Bushes?
Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush?
Scent of treasure? Not at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it.
I'm not with it.
No, and it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic.
Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor.
You really think so? That prosecutor we met at Gatewaterland seemed to be pretty active.
Oh god, I hate him. Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out? I'll talk to you in a sec.
Having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire.
I suppose we should stay out of there and investigate the stage some more then. That's their way of saying you can't go that way.
Just looking at these scaffolds makes me want to climb them.
I recommend that you do not try. There was a fire burning here until not too long ago.
Yeah, but I think enough time has passed, so it should be alright. Thief Child says, if...
What the heck is Thief Child?
If there's a height to be scaled, then scale it you must.
Starting from Thief Child, would you care to explain what you just said? Is this supposed to be a play off the Lang G thing?
This bush looks like the perfect place to hide some sort of treasure, you know?
Ah, but there is no treasure inside those things.
Oh, too bad.
But we do have a lot of treasures back in Babal.
Sounds great. I'll be sure to pay you guys a visit sometime for a 5-finger discount.
Sure. We welcome you anytime. You sure you really want to invite a thief into your country with open arms? That's a very good point. Hello, Midna. There's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site.
They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere.
I believe Ambassador Poleno said it was to attract more tourists and visitors.
Well, what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth?
How about transforming it into a courthouse?
Hey, be serious.
But I was being serious. Oh my god, Edgeworth. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are... discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however these coupons do nothing for me right now. About the open-air stage. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well... Sorry, hold on. Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Babal. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cocken told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire in the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Tell me about Manny. Go in, like, a sensible order here. Ambassador Poleno, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cocken, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Sounds like Mr. Cocken had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, how tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. Ooh. Somebody doesn't want that. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Interesting. That's some good info we just got. Ambassador Poleno, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babal used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Prima Duck statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabast and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Duck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. Wonder if Ambassador Paleno knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Oh yeah, they got switched. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Ooh, okay. Both countries claim to own the real one. National treasure, only ambassador and secretary can touch. Do we only have the one statue in our thing? Bloodstained weapon used to kill the mask, originally from Babal's Secretariat's office. Which one should we show him? Oh, the little designs on the bottom are different. Maybe because of the fire. Oh yeah, because it's all melty. Yeah, that one's a flower. This one's also a flower. Okay. Well. Let's try this one. Ambassador Paleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Prima Duck statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Prima Duck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. It is definitely Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. Oh. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight, to say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Oh, there goes the cat. Don't know where it went. Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic?
Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country?
That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow, both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yatagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believed it was the rose garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's what I heard, where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the rose garden post-haste.
Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it?
My guess is that it's a guitar pick.
I mean, it is the right shape for one, but... I was wondering if it might be a piece of the statue, but I'd have to look at it in more detail. I don't know. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, it's one of the petals. Oh, that's interesting. It's a flower petal.
I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use?
There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that it could get wet from around here.
I was thinking they have open-air concerts at this open-air... I was thinking they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right?
Alright, we'll find its owner later. Pick data jotted down in my organizer. Not a pick, it's a petal. Don't know from what yet.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What is it?
It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Misused perfume data jotted down in my organizer. Tensho Kosui. Oops, I didn't mean to talk to you. Sorry, Gumshoe. Well... No! Where do we go now? Can I go over here? Will you let me? I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Alabas now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there.
March 14th at 9:58 p.m., Rose Garden. See, you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Who's it? Is it Francesca? It is her.
How are things in Babal? Although, I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl.
The investigation into Manny Cocken's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witness claims to have seen the Yatagarasu.
So, that's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech here tonight in Alabast, and that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of a mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was a fire at the Babalis embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Alright, investigating the Rose Garden. Let's talk to Francesca here. Tell me about the investigation.
Tonight, in this very Rose Garden, the Alabastrian ambassador, Kirkus Alba, was to give a commemorative speech. A very key commemorative speech at that. And including Agent Lang, the security detail was very tight. But, as if to mock our efforts, the Yatagarasu appears. Then, just like that, the thief vanishes and starts a fire at the Babalis embassy.
Interesting. And are you sure it was the Yatagarasu who appeared here?
Of course. But to have slipped by such tight security, and then disappear into thin air, we will need to conduct a very thorough investigation of this area.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. In order to find out the truth behind what happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance.
It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires.
I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically.
The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level.
This water is used to put out fires. I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Fountain spouts data jotted down in my organizer. Oh my god, Larry!
How dare you surprise me like that?
I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Oh god, Larry. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that! Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes. Alright then. Did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? So you know my son, right, Edgy? Oh my god, Steel Samurai son. My throat is acting up something fierce, so I don't know if this is gonna go on for much longer. And my nose. Guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him!
You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? How old is this child of yours, anyway?
Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? Mother? Oh, that chick, the pink princess!
Pink princess?
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yup, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son.
You've given a whole new meaning to the phrase an astounding fool.
Larry, I've not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. It would appear that this pool served its function tonight as an emergency water reservoir. The pool even refills itself to the preset water level. And when the planets align, the Steel Samurai appears from its depths. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water.
It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to the King Primadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart.
I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. At the stage light, there's no returned spotlight here.
When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over.
I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I thought to use my wit to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. Oof. Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes? No.
Of course not. They're rose bushes. You've been spending too much time with Scuffy and that girl. They're starting to rub off on you. But it's alright. I'll wake you out of your stupor.
Ow.
Now, so next time you feel like sleep talking, remember that I'll whip you for real.
All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. It wasn't a very smart possibility, to be fair. Now that's an interesting one. The statue bears a resemblance to the Prima Duck statue.
The plaque says King Prima Dux on the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Prima Dux put his life on the line and went to war.
So, Prima Dux was actually a person of royal blood? I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from ancient legend.
Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too. There's an overturned spotlight here. Same dialogue. Okay. That's fine. I guess I'll talk to you. How's the investigation proceeding on your end? Lang Ji says that's top secret.
If you're going to attempt to imitate your superior, at least do it well.
I don't suppose he believes in the accidental leakage of information. Should I talk to him? No, we'll wait. Let's look around first. Hello? Wait, what? What am I trying to look at? There we go. Suppose Ambassador Alba sat in this chair.
Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired during his speech.
In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place?
The ambassador is also quite prideful, that's why.
Sounds like my old principal from grade school, who'd speak at assemblies. So this is where the Ambassador Alba was to give his speech.
The stage was set up nicely, however, where was the audience supposed to sit?
Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool.
That's such poor planning if there was no place other than a spot or two by the pool. They really should have made a seating arrangement, like how the gallery is set up in the court.
Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those.
So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh?
Yes, although I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. I guess I'm talking to Lang. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders?
Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir.
Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case.
Sir, not a single thing, sir.
Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Heh, as if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? About the Yatagarasu's appearance. You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief all right, with my own 2 eyes. Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. Could that just be something else? I don't know. Still feel like that plant has something to do with it. Yeah, it looks a lot like these plants. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu," rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing's for certain. Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else.
Ha! Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape, not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin.
I expect no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject.
What really cast a shadow of the Yatagarasu? Uh-oh.
Maybe this one?
Should we go? You want to eat? Is that what you're saying? You're cute. Let's try this statue. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. It's not possible. Is it not possible that it was created by the statue?
Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu.
You're correct, however this statue is but one part of the whole picture.
What do you mean by only one part?
What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow? Is it the spotlight? Francesca, if you could take a look at this, don't you find it a bit suspicious?
Not at all.
Okay, maybe it's the leaf. As I thought, for you see I was merely testing you just now.
We have no time to waste on your pompous talk, so get on with your explanation already.
Oof. Yeah, I guess Francesca couldn't understand my point. Need to think this through again. Now the Yatagarasu shadow. There really is only one thing that can explain how it was cast, and it must be this. What's the other part of the form of the shadow? Was it both statues? It might have been both statues.
It's another statue?
The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues.
Made? What do you mean by that?
Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panic state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared...
You believe that the shadows will create the Yatagarasu shadow?
Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of the King Primadux in the battlefield. Well, that's interesting. Where is this coming from? Here we go. Hi, cat. The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop of the stage.
Aha, so if we were to combine the two shadows... It looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miss Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape?
Calm down, Francesca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen statue is wrong.
What do you mean by that?
I believe the whole of the King statue needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow.
Only one part?
Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow.
Why didn't you say that in the first place?
You're right, I apologize. Now, what part of the Queen statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow? Is the hand. Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of?
Ah.
That's right, it can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francesca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand?
Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. It's...
Yeah, that's exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw the culprit, what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished.
Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning.
So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country the thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast.
An accomplice? But who?
I haven't figured that out yet, but I assumed it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Investigation complete. Hell yeah. How's the investigation going? Who's asking? Oh, it's Detective Bad. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge, and my only target, from the very beginning, is the Yatagarasu. So yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it.
We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please.
When bad people... Sorry. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. Oh god. And one woman claimed, I'm telling ya, I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. Journalist? It's a lot of, oh no. Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. Oh, well, that's interesting. What in the world?
The Yatagarasu is flying through the air.
Times, they are changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and the 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. Photo of the Yatagarasu data jotted down in my organizer. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalis embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight.
Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Yep, that was the circus case.
Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually.
Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Atagarasu took off from the Bablis embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to Babal for a bit.
Alright.
Okay, we're actually gonna stop here because my throat's not up to this. So I'm so sorry, this is gonna be a very short stream. But we'll pick it up next week, it'll be fine. And then maybe if we can start a bit earlier next week, we will finish. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's see. Who is... Well, there's nobody here, so... Alright. We'll call it for tonight, and I will catch you guys all next time. So, thanks all for watching. Hope you had fun, and we'll pick it up next week. And tomorrow will probably be... raiding, so that'll be fun. Okay, maybe some 14. Maybe some other 14 stuff before we read. We'll see what happens. Alright, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all later. Bye!